We usually provide about 2 minutes for comments.
I'm making my concession to age. I have to add the glasses to my face.
How are you, Mr. Brookner?
I'm sorry?
How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm well, thank you.
So I have a bunch of comments about the budget, but I really want to focus on the issue of debt. And the budget's a little confusing, and I'm not completely sure I have it right, so I appreciate being corrected on any of the details I get wrong. But on the 2021 budget, sheet 40D, which is the 6-year capital improvement program, or the 6-year capital program, there's a $7.6 million amount that's listed as being borrowed, bonds, out of an $8 million total. So $400,000 is being funded out of the budget, and $7.6 million is being borrowed. On the one hand, it says this is the 6-year capital program. On the other hand, at the meeting last time when the budget was increased, or I guess it was in a press release after, Mayor Minch described it as the initial amount of $8 million. So it's my understanding that that $8 million is the first year worth of spending. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And of that, $7.6 million is being borrowed.
Correct.
On sheet 27 of the budget, it shows $3.85 million of old debt being repaid in principal. So by my calculations, that means the township is increasing the amount of its debt by $3.65 million. Now, I understand that times are tough, and sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But this is a pattern. Every year, debt's been increasing. If you go back, and I think I left it back there, if you go back 9 years, the township's budget was about $15 million. I'm sorry, the township's debt was about $15 million less than it is now. And the township just keeps borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. It's really easy to brag about keeping the taxes low if all you're doing is kicking the can down the road. You're keeping taxes low on us so that our kids and grandkids can pay for what we're getting now. And I think it's just really irresponsible to be doing that way. Obviously, we all want to cut taxes. I mean, we all want to cut spending, and we don't really have access to the kind of information we need to know whether you're doing a good job. We can just assume you are. I know that you're fiscally conservative in that respect. But once you've decided what you have to spend, then you should be spending what you're, taxing what you're spending. I really don't believe in kicking the can down the road and forcing our future generations to pay. And just one other quick comment, if I can find it. Oh yeah, the tax amount. Mayor Minch, you were very careful, and Councilman Norgalis, you were very careful as well, to say that there's no increase in this budget in the tax rate. That is accurate, but it hides the fact that there is a $1.5 million increase in the amount of money that the township is raising in taxes. I take it that the reason there's no increase in the rate is because ratables have gone up. That's the only explanation I can assume, and I see nods confirming that. So that means people's taxes are going up. I also assume that residential's gone up more than commercial, which that is not accurate. In any event.
You're at over 3 minutes.
I'm sorry?
You're over 3 minutes. I've been trying, yeah.
Can I just wrap up real quick?
Sure.
I just want to make the one final comment that Councilman Pedrosa, or Council President Pedrosa, I think in the future you need to be careful, because you're quoted as saying, I am pleased that Mayor Minch has introduced a budget without a tax increase. And I think that's inaccurate. There is a tax increase. There's not a tax rate increase. But if you're going to hide behind that technicality, at least get it right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else who wish to address the council on the budget?